Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. So as you can see on the screen, we have a home here and the caption reads, struggling to make payments. Let's listen to this brief clip and let's have the conversation. Here we go.
It says half of Americans are struggling right now to make their house payment, and we have some questions. Fox 59 Zach Myers joining us with a closer look at what else this survey is showing. Zach?
Yeah, so if you're feeling stressed out about money right now, at least you know you're not alone. According to this study by real estate brokerage firm Redfin, 49% of Americans are struggling and making sacrifices to make their monthly housing payments. Some of those sacrifices include skipping vacations and working extra hours. Others are more serious, like skipping meals and medical treatments, selling belongings, and dipping into retirement savings. The study found a surprising number of millennials who are already dipping into their retirement savings. Of those who are struggling, 20% say they've borrowed money from family or friends to help get by.
Yep. And I've just learned that a friend of mine whose mortgage is around a little over $3,000 a month. That person has been relying on family for guess what? To make those mortgage payments for 6 months. No, actually, yeah. Let's see. So 7 months has been relying on family to make their mortgage payments for 7 months. The problem that we're facing right now is that the help has run out and the clock is ticking. The help has run out. Seven times three is 21. So that's $21,000 that's been paid out trying to save a house. And now, from what I understand, as of last week, there's no more help to get. And not to sound mean, I don't even know if that was a wise decision because basically the person still is unemployed. You've paid $20,000 to kind of stave off the inevitable. Well, if the person cannot find a good paying job to pay that mortgage, then guess what? You just paid $27,000 to stay in a house for 7 months and may end up losing the asset. The only thing I can think of is that, hey, if someone is renting and from what I see, they all have their own homes, um, the house may end up going back to the bank unless a decent job offer comes through. And $15 an hour is not going to cut it. It's just not. $20 an hour is not going to cut it. That's a sad factor. People borrowing money. The report says so. Basically, half the people, 49% specifically, are struggling to make payments. Skipping on medical care. Well, if your body's not healthy, if you can't function, then guess what? You can forget work and longevity. Vacation, are we kidding? They're saying people are skipping meals. And I've heard of this, and it's not for weight loss. Skipping meals. By the way, I tried that 1 meal a day thing just to work out for me. But yeah, skipping meals. I mean, at this point, I guess we're rationing food, trying to make house payments. Older people, retired, going back out to work to look for a job. Good luck, because guess what? This society, in my opinion, they value youth. They don't want a lot of older people coming to work, and I'm sorry they don't. And older people may have a harder time finding a good job. This is where we are. People are doing what? Forget vacations. They're taking on a second job, trying to work overtime, neglecting their medical health, skipping meals, selling their belongings. They've been tapping into their 401ks, not just the baby boomers, but now the millennials. What do you see happening here? A struggle to survive. And when a home or property is lost, guess what? For the middle class, that's pretty much your vehicle to create or pass on generational wealth. What do you see happening here? Life as we know it yesteryear for the parents, it it's not it's not going to be that easy for the future generations. For people now, it's not going to be that easy. It's a lot of my parents, even on my mom's side and on my dad's side, when my grandmother died, the grandfather died first on my mom's side, then the grandmother. Women typically outlive men. When her mother died, they received an inheritance. When my grandmother died on my father's side, she was divorced. My dad, he received an inheritance. There was a house. This day and age, if the baby boomers can't make it, when people having to neglect their medical health or skip meals to try to make payments on a mortgage, you're already just, it just takes one little blow from the wind for a job to end, and guess what? Already screwed. It's that bad, people. So if we're at this point now, they're selling things to make the mortgage, skipping out on meals, let alone vacation, skipping out on medical health, doctor's appointments. What do you think will happen if those same individuals end up losing their job? Because when you're having to skip out on medical attention for your health, when you're having to skip out on meals and sell things, guess what? That's common sense. Savings has already been gone. Been depleted. Savings has been gone, been depleted. And that's facts. It's a wrap. So what if a job loss occurs? If people are sticking to drastic measures, selling belongings, passing up, not taking care of their health and their health care, doctor's appointments, tapping to the 401ks, skipping meals. If a job loss happens, what do you think will occur? Just a downward spiral. A downward spiral, and they may end up losing a home, then they can't afford a rent. And in some cases, guess what? The rent costs more than the house note. Make it make sense in what is being done. People, we're on our own. You're on your own. The safety net. Look at the mess we have right now. Brought all these illegal immigrants here. Told them, okay, come on over. Yeah, come on over. Patched out money. Spent over has spent, from what I've read, over $100 billion. And now, NYC, 65,000 illegal immigrants are now homeless. Gee, what do you think is going to happen with those people? They're going to all of a sudden just find a good paying job and get an apartment. And you already had a high homeless rate. This process was not thought through, in my opinion. Now you brought an additional 65,000 illegal immigrants here, being homeless. This is mad. This is crazy. 65,000. Where are they going to go? On the streets? We just saw them in police stations. So what if that happens in other cities? And don't forget, they're also in smaller towns. So that money could have benefited Americans. Maybe it could have helped stave off foreclosures. Hell, they bail out the banks anyway. They say, oh, well, they can't bail out the American. Well, they bail out the banks every day. The homeless population at the rate we're going in this country is going to explode, because guess what? We've now got middle class people facing homelessness, let alone working class and poor, middle class. You've got to be strategic in your thinking and in your planning, even helping people. When I heard about this recent situation, I thought, wow, So $21,000 has paid for, that's family helping out. And now there's no more money. So now the clock is ticking, really ticking. If a job doesn't come up, may end up losing the house anyway. And how sad is that? May end up losing it anyway. Despite helping to pay 7 months, and it's really over 21,000 because the house note is more than that. I think hers is around 3,500. So, oh my gosh, 21. Oh, that's like 24,500. So $24,500 if you're gonna, $3,500 a month. $24,500 has been spent and may still lose the property. And now that person is in panic mode, as I will imagine. And I hate to say this, you gotta think fast. For them, if that person loses a house, the parents can't help anymore. That's $24,500. I think, in my opinion, which I didn't verbalize it because it wasn't appropriate at the time, but it would have been best just to put that $24,500 into an account for a rainy day and just say, hey, pack up your stuff and move in with family. Because now you're going to have, the clock is ticking. I mean, the panic button has been pressed. Person making phone calls like, yeah, hey, I need a job. What's going on? Are you working? I need a job. And good afternoon to you. See a person stressed out. So was it a good idea to pay that house note up thinking, oh, so and so cannot lose that house and something's better going to come along? It's a gamble. But in this economy, I don't think it was a good idea. I think it would have been best to pack up, leave the house, and the parents could have put that money into an account. At least you could be living with them and say, hey, you got $24,500. That's money in an account. But now the money is gone. I only had this house, maybe 2 years? Sometimes it's best to walk away. Life is business, and we have to make business decisions. But I understand people hoping things are going to turn around and get better. And then sometimes, guess what? The sad thing is they don't. So this right here is generational wealth that's going to be ripped out from under many people. Already tapping into their 401ks, the baby boomers, the millennials are doing it. Older people now having to get back to work. But people are selling their belongings to try and stay in their homes. All it takes, if it's just one job loss, it's pretty much a wrap, and that's the sad part. Something you work so hard for, and that has to also take an emotional toll. Has to take an emotional toll. Selling things to stay in your home, foregoing your health, and skipping meals. The American dream. Basically, folks, that's all it was, a dream. Because in reality, just trying to survive is a nightmare. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and I'm out.